Hello, everyone. It's Christmas Eve, and all the gift giving and stuff people do, they tend to forget what Christmas originally stood for. It wasn't about just giving gifts and stuff. So, got these a couple years ago. Kind of neat. They're non magnetic, but they're not silver. But it depicts the baby Jesus and Mother Mary, because that's what Christmas is about. Now, what I'm going to do is go through a few things I haven't filmed yet for future videos. Last couple of these I've gotten. I haven't have yet to ever make a video for them. They're just a couple Standing Liberty quarters that the date's pretty well gone, although this one has a 26 that's partially visible. That one's totally gone. All right. Bought this little Batmobile car from a vendor place. It's one of them pullback type with the spring-loaded motor. It still works. Cost me $1. I don't know. Does anybody know anything about these? This sticker won't peel off properly, so is this thing collectible or is it just a piece of junk? I don't really know. Now, moving on. This is a quarter I found in my change the other day. And the way it's toned up or dirty brings out the design of this quite well. It's kind of neat, but it's not valuable or nothing. And believe it or not, in the last 2 weeks, one day I got these two 66 quarters. Nothing super special about them. And I got one more yesterday, which is kind of strange. You don't see the late 60s quarters quite as often as you used to. And when you do, they're usually worn pretty bad. Now let's go over some coins I was able to get that got them Saturday. This is an Italian coin. It's 1921. I got it mainly because of these lines on the back, which I thought looked pretty neat. Let's see, it's a 1921. The date's right there. It's an Italian coin just after World War One. All right. Now this Bahamas proof is kind of nice looking. It's got a starfish on the back. It's a 1-cent coin. Again, if you buy these kind of coins in this card, you should smash down these staples with a pair of pliers. And any pair of pliers, do it, needle nose or one like this. Any kind of pliers will do the job. Now, got one of these that was carded with the sailboat, and you can see at least 3 guys working on it. Got one of these last week that wasn't in a card. Same coin, different year though. This is a 74, which it shows there. This is a 72 and has Queen Elizabeth on it, which that's the main difference. The Bahamas got to be independent. And since they're right off the coast of Florida, very touristy type place. A lot of people go there. It's a neat design. I kind of like it. Now, moving on. I was able to buy 2 Canadian dimes, or 10-cent coins. They're beat up, but they're both King George ones. And it was $2.50 when I bought them. Which, this one is 1943. And this one is 1943 as well, although the 3 is about smudged off on it. But $2.50 for these, I believe that it's really close to melt. Might even be slightly under. I can't remember how much silver's in just a dime. But since the dollars are 0.6, I guess it's 0.6 ounces because that's how it divided out. It's 80% silver. Now, I do like buying these if they're Orleans Mint coins. And this one is $4 seems a little steep, but they didn't make a whole lot of dimes, quarters, or half dollars in the New Orleans Mint during this time. They were making a lot of Morgan dollars up until 1904, and then they would close in 1909 because Denver was there. It wasn't really needed anymore. Now this is the oldest coin I got this weekend. See, it's in 1855. It's a French coin. Has a B mint mark there on the back. I guess that's a mint mark. An eagle design on it. But it's Napoleon III. And I guess that says emperor, or would be if it was English. Hello, Jeff. It's good to see you. Hope your live stream went well. I'm just going over a few things I got recently. And since you're late to the thing, I wanted to ask you if you know anything about Batmobiles. And this particular one is a pullback car that still works. And it's kind of neat looking, but I don't really know if it's collectible. I think it might have been given away, like, you know, fast food. I paid $1 for it, so I'm just wondering if it's got any worth or if anybody knows anything about them. All right, one of the last coins to talk about is this, which I just did a video. This is a 1944 Canadian half dollar, or 50 cents. The back design, I kind of like this, and it's got 3 lines on it, the harp and the Scottish line for Great Britain, or United Kingdom, I mean. But why they put this on the Canadian one, I'm not sure. They used this design for a while, and some of these are very low mintage. This one isn't, but some of them are, because I looked them up. Well, my other coin dealer looked this one up in his World Coins book. This one's 2.6 million, but some of them are well under 100,000 were made. So those begin to get a little bit hard to find. They don't usually put too much on value on this. In fact, this price, it's 0.3000 ASW. This price is about 50 cents under melt. Might have been priced what melt was when he got it, but this is when I saw it and bought it. And usually they're not going to go around and change the price on these coins very often. Now, what he could do instead, which I'd probably do if I was selling these, not put a price on it, and if somebody wanted to buy it, take the ASW here and divide out by what the current silver price was, and then tell them that's what I'm selling it for. And I might tack on a quarter over melt if I was selling it, or I might not, depends. Now, I did buy some Mike dollars. If you buy Ike dollars from a coin dealer who bulks them up in a bag like this, you'll probably pay a little bit over their face value. And I did on these. Probably shouldn't buy them over their price, but I did anyway. So I arranged them out, and we'll show you what dates we got. They're all different. Well, not all of them. You got 72, which is Denver. And it's a little worn, but not very much. These don't circulate really. And I got 274 Denvers, which the light will hit it just right. It's scratched a little and worn slightly. This one doesn't look worn, but does have scratches. And then the design on the back of these was the Liberty Bell and the moon. And this lettering on the back is pretty bold on this one. I think they have another one that's might only be the San Francisco silver ones though, but it is kind of neat looking. And then this is the last year they made them. It's a 78, and it too is a Denver. These are not silver. Now they did make some silver ones in 40% silver, but they stopped with that in 1976 with this one, although this isn't one of them that was silver. So I paid $0.25 each just over their face, so it's $5, and I paid $6.25. Probably shouldn't have done it, but I kind of like Ike dollars and whatever. Now, one of my videos I just did was on these pennies in this bag, and I didn't show any of them out of the thing, but the number of people that watched it's telling me I need to do a video, a standalone video, where I go through each of these and show the dates and stuff. And there is a 1910 in here that doesn't look too bad, but there's 20 of them in it. I paid 10 cents a piece. Most of them are teens and 20 coins, which a little bit harder to come by. And actually, there's the 1910 one right there. But I should make a video about each one of these coins. Now, it's clearly 1910. And they started making this design in 1909, so this is almost as old as you can get on these. And this one is hardly worn. I mean, the rims are pretty good on it. And it's got scratches and stuff, but does not appear to be super worn out. So I need to do a video for that. And a few standalone videos for some of this other stuff that I just did this preview for. But I don't have a whole lot more, except to say I did get a couple wheat cents. One of them I changed, and one was given to me by a record store people who know I like to collect wheat pennies, and when they get them, they just hand them back, and then they give them to me, which is pretty cool. And I take in lots of change for them to, make change when they sell stuff, because they don't like to use cards, or they just don't use cards. But anyway, I think I'm going to go ahead and pull this down for now, because I don't really have anything else to talk about. Make a few standalone videos to go live next week and into January. I'll thank Jeff for stopping by. I stop by his live streams quite often, so go check out his channel and like and subscribe if you like his kind of content. And he does a lot of auctions. You might be able to get something really cool. But this is pretty much all I got for now. I'm going to pull this down, but I am going to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. And remember, it was about Jesus, not about gift giving and all that stuff originally. Now what it's became is what it is. But I hope that one other thing I want to say. All these fake coins that I bought from the website, they're all fakes. I've noticed when I went on that website and looked, these coins that they faked they're now sticking copy on them. The ones I got don't have copy on it anywhere. So you have to know the size of your coin. This one's too big to be this coin. But these don't have copy on them anywhere. And they should, and they do now apparently, because you run across something like this one, 1895. It doesn't quite look right, although the design is pretty close to what a Morgan dollar looks like. You know, but it's a 95S. 95 was a little bit lower mintage. I also have a 93S one, and it does not say copy on this. The new ones say copy right up here, or at least the picture shows it. Whether or not they actually have copy on them, I don't know, but all the pictures now show a part and a little arrow that points to copies. So keep that in mind, because if you run across one of these and you see a copy on it, you know it's not real. And yeah, my last little note for this video. You see, this is in 1893, which tells you it's a pretty rare year, and it's got an estimate on it. Nowhere does it say copy, but it's not real. It's not real, and it doesn't really look right when you look at the surface. It just doesn't look right. Shouldn't fool anybody, but some people could get fooled into thinking this is a real Morgan dollar. Just know they're out there, and a lot of them don't say copy on them. So if anyone says, yeah, I got this Morgan dollar, you want to buy it, $40 or something, look at it closely and make sure you know it's actually a real Morgan dollar, not one of these fakes. Can't emphasize that enough. There's a lot of fakes out there. Some are better than others. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and say Merry Christmas and hope you all have a good holiday season. And well, that's all I got.